Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha Shasha, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, all right? We are going to be making a necklace and badge and hair accessory all in one. Okay, so I've decided to go for my girl Pusheen because you know I am a Pusheenaholic, and we're going to make a squisheen. All right, so I'm using the squishy gel. I'm mixing up both of the components together in an equal ratio. I think I did about 30 grams of this, and once I've mixed it up nicely, I then colored it with the white squishy pigment. And also I used a little touch of it's not so much black, it's more of a really dark gray pigment that I got from Arteza. This stuff is really good, and it actually blends in quite well with this squishy gel, but I only used it a teeny tiny bit at a time because on the instructions for the squishy gel, Sophie and Toffee did say to only use their squishy pigment just because that's like the best thing for it, but I found that they still mixed together pretty well. After I'd mixed everything up nicely, I gave it a quick blast with my heat gun, not for too long at all, and then I poured it into my mold, and I actually left this for 48 hours. I know it said to do for 24 hours, but I did it for 48 hours just in case. I probably could have used a bit of baby powder inside of the mold first, but we'll get to that in a little while. Anyway, whilst that was setting, I started to use the little jelly bean molds that we got, and I made some super duper cute jelly beans. They are absolutely adorable. It's very easy to do. You basically just fill up both halves with resin, and then you do another very thin layer. Well, once that's cured, you do a thin layer of resin on one of them and pop the other one on top, cure that, and then they just simply stick together. It's very simple. Look at the adorable little bean. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh. So yeah, all you do is you just pick off any of the excess bits and you've got a wee little bean. It's so sweet. Oh my gosh. And yeah, they do have an element of squishiness to them, but because I cured it for a little bit longer, they were slightly harder, but that's absolutely fine. Now, when it comes to making your marshmallow flumps, if you are going to be doing 3 colors, and you want it to have a nice sort of uniform look to it, i.e. you want it to be so that when you turn it, it kind of follows that sort of corkscrew motion with the colors, then you need to listen up to this tip. So when I first did this, I basically matched exactly both of the pieces here. So that I would put the green where I put the green, I put the pink where I put the pink on each side, and it didn't match up properly. What you need to be doing is actually placing the colors in line so that they kind of look perfect diagonally. Okay, you need to make sure that they flow perfectly. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to show you. So the white has to diagonally connect with the white, the green has to diagonally connect with the green. Do you understand? So when you put them together, you want to make sure that they flow perfectly before you fill it in with the rest of the resin, because otherwise it's just not going to turn out right, and you're going to be like, why does my flump look like a hot mess? It takes a little bit of practice, but trust me, make sure that it all lines up diagonally, and then you'll be absolutely fine. There we go. Hopefully you can actually see what I mean here. You know, like all of the colors all sort of wind around each other in like a perfect sort of corkscrew motion. I know that I haven't explained it the best, but hopefully you can see what I mean. Practice, because it took me a few tries to get it right, but I'm really happy with the way that these all turned out. Okay, so this is now on day 3. So I took some baby powder and I just dipped my finger into it and just patted it onto the back of my squisheen. And this is just to sort of eliminate any of the stickiness. Now, when it comes to taking them out of the mold, you do have to take your time. This is not going to pop out the way that resin does. Take your time with it. And I was just adding little bits of powder as I went along. This is the reason why I said that I probably could have lined it with a light dusting of powder, but what I didn't want was for it to get into too many of the crevices. So that's the reason why I didn't do that. But on the whole, I am so happy with the way that this turned out. Okay, so now we're going to actually use the paint palette / resin palette, and we're going to turn it into our necklace / hair accessory / badge. So I put a quick layer of resin in the middle bit just so that I could get it to be completely flat. I then popped the machine on the top and added some more resin around it, and I cured it from underneath as well, just to make sure that it really did stick in place. This Decadent jelly whip is actually from Sophie and Toffee as well. It was my very first time using it, and I really do like it. It has little fleckles of glitter in there as well, and obviously you guys know already that I love glitter. Those little gummy bears there, I made them with a mold from my lovely friend Liz. She's from the Crafts and Glitter shop. Definitely do check her out. And as for these little love hearts, you already know how I made these. Okay, if you don't know, I have done a video specifically on how to make those love heart sweets. Now these little packing peanuts are also from Sophie and Toffee, and I just feel that they just add such a nice little touch, and of course, you know me already, I always have to pick out my sprinkles one by one to put them on because I like to have certain colors on there. But yeah, I really did enjoy doing this craft. After that, it was time for me to get out the acrylic paint that came in the box, and I just mixed up a really dark grey colour just to fill in the details on Pasheen. And then I used a bit of super glue on the back and attached my bail and my hair clip accessory finding. There's definitely a better word for that. I think it's called a barrette, something like that. And the little brooch pin. I used a bit of super glue on there first, and then I covered it with a bit of resin as well, just to make sure that it all completely stuck down. And that way I had an accessory that I could use 3 different ways. I absolutely adore this. You just wait until you see how it looks when it's all completely finished. So there you have it, my darlings, the ultimate squisheen. Not just a necklace, not just a brooch, not just a hair accessory. It is all 3 in one. And my goodness me, I absolutely love this. It turned out perfectly. If you enjoyed this as much as I did, then please do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any more videos. Take care, my darlings, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.